Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Friday, May the 17th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions you may have for me, you can use this email address right here. And this is a link to get into our 100% free trading room. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our trading room. I open the room every morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I start to share my screen, get live on the mic at about 9:05. I go up to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and up to 3 o'clock on Fridays. Now, in the email you're getting, you will see a promo code that you can use for an instant 25% off the first month or the entire year of a Trade Ideas subscription. The promo code will be good until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time Sunday night. All right? So just know the time zone you're in. Well, interesting day for me in that I only had one trade, but what a trade. So OTLK, if you were in the room yesterday, you know that a lot of us traded it yesterday. To refresh your memory, let's just take a look at the daily chart of it. And you can see right there, had a great day yesterday and got as high as 178. And if you look at the daily, you can see right there, it's a high of 173. So it kind of stalled. In fact, look at the weekly. Weekly is even more dramatic. Yeah, you can see there it is right on that weekly candle right there. That high is I think that's 178. And yesterday it got to 178. But you have to just look left and to sort of see what sort of void, what sort of gap fill there could be. Now, the reason this went up, the only reason I could see was that Oppenheimer, who, fairly reputable investment analyst, they put a $10 price target on this. Now, let's take a look from where it came. You have to see, well, actually look at this. So earlier this week, this was a stock that was last week, at $1.18. I'm sorry, right there, 83 cents. So earlier this week, this was a stock that was at 83 cents. It actually had earnings a couple of days ago, which did absolutely nothing for it. But the minute Oppenheimer put this $10 price target on it, all sorts of traders hopped on board. Only 9 million shares in the float, which again helps, of course, if you're looking for stocks that can move very rapidly, then you look at the float, and that is a very low float. So the bottom line, though, is that I wanted to watch this one today. I wanted to see if it could take out those highs of yesterday and continue. And I did something I don't often do. First of all, I did trade in the first 15 minutes. You hear me say a lot of times in the trading room that I don't take trades in the first 15 minutes, which is true. Usually, though, those are the more expensive stocks, stocks that have earnings, things like that, the $40, $50, $60 price stocks, because in the first 15 minutes, they can go up and down very, very quickly before they kind of settle down and define some kind of a trend. But the cheaper ones, if you don't act in the first 15 minutes, you might be left behind. So anyway, the other thing I did, though, is that I took the trade before it hit 2. A lot of times I like to wait for the break over 2. But my thinking was this, is that, okay, if I get in a little bit early, and which is, you see exactly where I got in at 191, and I was going to put my stop at about 178, so not that far away. In other words, the high of that candle, the weekly candle. I thought, okay, it looks like it's broken through that weekly candle, and let's see if it can continue. And boy, did it ever. So I'm in at 191. I did take some out at 207 just in case. Got rid of some more at 221, and the last bit right up here at 259. It's the only trade I did, but tremendous percentage gain. And that's really what I look for. Somebody was saying they were in, I think Roku. Roku had a great run, don't get me wrong. But this is up right now 50%, and Roku was up like 3%. And so we don't often get these sort of moves. But if you can find them, they're obviously extremely profitable. And a lot of traders were hopping into this sort of a stock with the low float and the hype of a potential $10 price target by Oppenheimer. So anyway, that's the only trade I did today. I was watching other things, but nothing really set up the way I wanted it to set up. And I wasn't going to manufacture something just so that I could say I'm in a trade. I don't have to trade all day long. But especially if if your one good trade is something that gives you a percentage mover like that, you can kind of sort of relax for the rest of the day. So anyway, that is it for today then in terms of the trades. Just trying to see. We did have a couple of IPOs. We had 3 IPOs actually. 2 of them. Let's hope I've got this. I think it's this one, FSLY. Hopefully that's the symbol. Yes. So yeah, Fastly. So FSLY, very good. I think the IPO price was, I want to say, either 14 or I think it was 16. So you can see it opened at 21, and it's done very, very well. As opposed to LK. LK is above the IPO price. I think that IPO price might be 14. But it's above the IPO price. But look what it's done since the open. And then there was one other one, AVLR, I think. No, not that one. Just a second, I'll find the symbol. Just give me a second here. I think it might be ALVR. All right. just give me a minute here. I know I've just got to find the symbol. Put myself on pause for a second. All right, I knew I'd find it. AVTR. And its IPO is at 14, so it's a little bit above. Now, the problem I had with this one right from the beginning is if you look at it, it has a couple of 100 million shares issued. They're raising almost $3 billion. Goldman and a few heavy hitters are behind this one, but I just did not think that this could have possibly the runs of some of the other ones just because of the the number of shares that have been issued for this one. So it's just, I'll watch it going forward. I mean, it might be one of those that just gives you a gentle move. It's not going to give you it shouldn't be a rocket ship or anything like that. But, obviously it's got to hold 14, the IPO price. And you'd like to think that Goldman will support that. But anyway, that's why though the FSLY, I think at only 11 million shares were issued. And that's why you can get moves like this. And the LK certainly was a lot less shares too, though this one is starting to fall down. Of interest, this is, now one of the reasons this might be failing, this is considered the Starbucks of China. And of course, we're still in this China dispute with the US, China tariff wars and all that. So it might be hard to get people interested in the China stocks. One of them that, we have been following for a long time, look at Tiger, TIGR. This was, and they had earnings. And look what it's done. So there was the IPO day. I think it IPO'd at $8. It hit all the way up to $24. Had earnings, but it's been falling ahead of earnings. And look at this. So way below the IPO price. So the blue might be off some of these China IPOs. The other one that I was watching was SY. SY, yeah. I mean, SY is in the same sector. It's a financial sector as TIGR, Tiger. And so was LFIN. And this, I think, IPO, I think this might have, no, I'm sorry, wrong one. It's JFIN, not LFIN, JFIN. Yeah, so JFIN actually IPO'd last week, and it's not, it's not like a lot of those IPOs that have just consistently moved up. So again, this is in that financial sector in China. So ones to watch, especially if, the SY, I don't know when they release earnings, but if this can get resolved, the tariff war can get resolved, I mean, this might have a shot. Tiger, I think, is just kind of dead because this was moved. I mean, this is, these are weekly candles. So, I mean, this started moving down 3 weeks ago, way ahead of the tariff war. So this one is in definite trouble. All right, that's enough for the China IPOs. Let me bring back my capture program. So again, I know I'm nagging at you a little bit, but it's amazing how many people forget. They say, hey, gee, I forgot to do it, and it's Monday, and they want the promo code, and it's already, unfortunately, it has an expiry date, and it is 11:59 Sunday night Eastern time. So if you want to get 25% off, now's your chance. So I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I hope to see you in our trading room Monday. I will open the room 9 o'clock Monday. Bye-bye.